Welcome to our Halloween special on Nothing with Nick. Today in the studio I have two guests with me. The first is Jacqueline Colville, a former pop can maker, but now dedicates her time to making Halloween fun for both kids and adults all across the globe. Our second guest is Michaela Bain, the author of the 23rd bestseller book, It's My Candy, Give It Back, a guide to keeping your candy away from your parents. First, I'd like to thank you both for coming to see us today. I know it's a busy time for both of you, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Halloween is a time when kids can dress up as whatever they want. Parents dish out candy to undeserving little brats in fear of having their house toilet papered next year. With Halloween just around the corner, children will be searching for that perfect costume. What do you think that kids should wear this year?
I think boys should dress in pink and purple frilly little costumes, and girls can dress up in blue and yellow pirate costumes.
Pirate costumes, so you're mixing it up a little bit.
Just a little.
That's always fun. What about you, Jackie?
Sounds good. I really think that recyclable costumes should be used this year, a lot of homemade stuff, so kids can be creative and just have fun like they're supposed to. I'd recommend a Spider-Man costume for boys and girls of all ages, just because who can't be Spider-Man?
Exactly, everyone can. Well, most people can pull off a Spider-Man costume. Now, I know one thing that a great costume can't do, and that is protect you from the thugs around town. And it seems like the better your costume is, the more of a target you are to these people. So what would you suggest for protective measures for kids to keep the candy-stealing thugs away from them?
The best way to keep the thugs away? Buy a can of pepper spray.
Pepper spray?
Yeah, because then any attacker will fall to the ground and start crying like a little baby.
Very defensive method. What about you, Jackie?
I never really had any techniques growing up as a kid, but I'd say stop wearing deodorant, don't shower, wear extremely smelly socks, and don't brush your teeth a week in advance from going out to Halloween.
To keep the thugs away?
Exactly.
Yeah, that
keep
could be
your
why
safe.
I may be still single, but I don't know about that one. You think so? Maybe, yeah. So I personally used to get beat up a lot when I was a kid in Halloween. Do you think that Halloween should be a time that kids set their differences aside and just enjoy the holiday?
Of course, Halloween is a time for children to come together, play those silly little games, and eat as much candy as their little bodies can possibly hold.
Right.
I totally agree. I think Halloween is a time for that sugar rush, for kids to enjoy being kids and be imaginative and creative and run around, get free candy, and just have a blast.
It's a good time for everyone. Now, what about the kids that are too old to go out for trick-or-treating? What do you suggest they do on October 31st?
I think they should stay at home, turn off all the lights except for one, and read my 23rd bestseller book, It's My Candy, Give It Back. That's
a very good, that might be what I'm doing this Halloween.
I might do that too. I really think that kids who are of age should go and experience the bar life in London. I think that would be a great opportunity for them to go out and show off their costumes.
Right.
And kids who aren't of age, they could rent scary movies and stay at home.
Exactly.
And if they are going out, I would definitely recommend wearing nose plugs because there are going to be some smelly kids.
Of course. Now, I know on Halloween personally, I like to give out muffins for a couple of reasons. They're low in fat, they're easy to make, and everyone likes a good muffin. What do you guys think was the weirdest thing you ever saw or you ever got on Halloween?
The weirdest thing I ever got was a container of rotten old cheesy potato salad.
Oh, that's gross. So after the break, we'll see what Jackie has for her worst Halloween, what she got on Halloween. Join us after this quick break.
Of the Warm Chant program because I was born with only one hand. They cover the expenses of my arms and all my different devices.
The services they provide, the financial help, the emotional help, the information. The War Amps has certainly eased the path quite a bit.
They made me confident in myself. You have to believe in yourself and you'll achieve your dreams.
Spider-Man, what time is it?
It's 5:45.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's time to go to McCulloch's.
Welcome back to our Halloween special here on Nothing with Nick. I'm still here with Jackie and Michaela. And before the break, I asked Michaela here what the weirdest thing she ever got on Halloween. And now it's your turn, Jackie. What's the strangest thing you ever received when trick-or-treating?
I'd have to say the weirdest thing I've ever gotten for Halloween would be a boot.
A boot?
I got a boot in my sack one year.
Okay, very cool. That's a bit odd.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really smelly, so I was kind of thankful because it also helped keep the thugs away.
Yeah, it adds to the thug smell. That's very good. It doesn't happen too often that you get a boot. I've begun to notice that my bones are starting to ache, and that could either be the arthritis or it could be the fact that it's going to be a cold Halloween this year. What do you guys suggest to keep kids warm without ruining their costume? Because I know the one thing I hated was having to wear my winter coat under my Spider-Man costume.
I think the best thing to keep warm is load up on coffee and hot chocolate, because then children will be going all night and they'll be nice and toasty.
That way you don't have to drive them around, they can walk the
Yeah.
entire time,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
Save some gas.
Yeah.
That is a good idea. Actually, I think I have one on me right now. I do, these little heat pads.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty cheap. You can buy 10 in a package and share them with your friends. And basically when you get them, you just kind of crack them a little bit and they start to warm up right away.
Right.
And they'll be warm for the
You
whole
could
night.
hide them anywhere without
And they
ruining-
won't even ruin your costume.
Looks like Michaela's sold. She might try that one out. Now, speaking of keeping warm, both of you, I'm sure, have been around the block a few times, door to door, getting candy from strangers. I bet you've seen everything, big and small, sweet and scary. Now, what is the best Halloween costume you've ever seen?
The best Halloween costume has got to be the one year this man came to a door wearing nothing but tighty whities and a see-through bikini top.
It sounds something similar to what I've worn once, but we won't talk about that right now. What about you, Jackie?
I'd have to say the weirdest or the most outrageous costume I've ever seen would be a guy dressing up as a shower.
A shower?
It was very creative. He had a pole attached to his back and a pole going around with a shower curtain attached to it. And he would open up the shower curtain and dress to go in the shower with a shower cap and all.
Very nice. That's very creative.
He must have been welcoming.
Yeah, some people like to go all out with their costumes for sure. And speaking of going all out on Halloween, I know my neighbor personally likes to dress his house and his yard with millions of decorations, it seems. It makes my house look like crap, and kids never want to come to my house, but that's not important. What was the best house or best decorated or scariest house you ever saw when you were a kid?
Scariest house? Wow, that's a tough one. I think it was the year there's this man, his house was totally dark, and then he was dressed as Freddy Krueger in a lawn chair and had a bowl of candy next to him. And if a kid took more than one piece, he'd go up and snatch them.
Oh wow, that would keep your candy stock up, right?
And those kids at bay.
Very cool. What about you, Jackie?
The scariest house I've ever been to would have to be my grandmother's.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. She goes missing from time to time, so
Right.
she makes a pretty good ghost, and
Very
there's always
scary.
creaks.
I think I might have been at her house one year.
Maybe. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming to talk to us today. I know it's a busy time for both of you. We'll have a lot of fun this Halloween. And thank you. Thank you for all your opinions and everything. And we'll see you again soon, I'm sure.
Thanks
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Goodbye.
This program is brought to you in part by Fanshawe College, Wicked Wolf Productions, and David's Breath.
It's ghastly.
Mwah!